Hi, Julia Watts here. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. So today we're going to do a Fairy Hugs journal page, kind of similar to this but different, using the Mini World collection, which is the latest release from Fairy Hugs. So starting off, I've got a journal page here that I've created my own background, and I've just popped a video onto my channel just showing you how to do this. And this is made with Distress Oxide sprays, and I've used saltwater taffy and shabby shutters, so you can go and have a look at that little video whenever you want. And I've used Studio Light dies. This is your planner collection, it's your edges, and I've used this one here to cut my kind of holy section, if you like, and then I've used this one here to cut the decorative edge. And you can find these on my website currently, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and also the everything else that we're using in today's video. So yeah, so my background's all ready. Now on this one also I've got the blank journal page from Sentimentally Yours, but I thought I'd create one without. You can do either, obviously, whatever you want to do. I do like using the blank journal page. So I do have a plan, and it's slightly different to the plan that we had there, but we are going to start with our torn edges, and we are going to add some texture with some green and some hills and things. So I've got lots and lots of torn pieces of card here. This is just watercolour cards, so I can create some hills. I think we'll have, because what we want to do is, the plan is that we're going to have our three kind of trees in the background. So I think we do want a little bit of a hillock going on up there, and we're going to have the weeping tree up the top. So let's just make sure that we've got enough room for it, and we have if we go up there. So let's bring in our Distress ink. So we're going for Rustic Wilderness for our greens, just using a Crafts 2 blending brush. Obviously these kind of torn bits of card you can use over and over and over again, and once you start kind of ripping them, or if they get too wet, then you can just make another one, can't you? So it's a really kind of useful technique to do, and you can have as big or as small hills as you want to, really. And obviously we're going, because I've used shabby shutters underneath anyway, with my oxide spray, it's like green on green, so it kind of helps itself. I'm not very patient with this. Obviously you can use your sponges as well. So we've got that hillock going on there, and let's bring in something a little bit more gradual maybe. So we'll have a little bit going on here as well. So wherever you put your torn edge, that's where your concentration of colour is going to be. Don't worry if you're a little bit heavy-handed here or there, because I'm going to be stamping quite a lot on here, so it's all going to hide anyway, be hidden. So there's another area there, and let's have one more down the bottom here. That's a little bit too much. Let's have, yeah, that one there. Just to create some, like, the feeling of movement of your little undulating fields, if you like, or even the Shire, good old Lord of the Rings. There's our kind of background going on there. Really simple to do. All you need is a distress ink and a sponge or a brush and some torn pieces of card. Really easy. Then I am going to put at the top, it's all a case of thinking, get your plan and then think about what else you might want to do. And it's easier to do these bits first before you start stamping, because otherwise you're making life difficult. Let's just clean up my mess there, because otherwise I'm going to get green ink everywhere. I like creating scenes, and I like doing things in my journals as well, because it's just like a record to look back onto. So let's have, and this is the Lavinia circle, but you could die cut a circle and just use that until it's no good. You can die cut out of acetate as well, but if you're die cutting out of acetate, it's a good idea to add a little bit of card or paper as well, because it cuts through the acetate better. So this is mustard seed, so it's just a little bit of reflection of the sun around the circle. There we go. So there's our kind of background scene set, if you like. Then we're going to start doing a bit of stamping. So let's start with this area up here. So let's start with our mini weeping tree. All the Fairy Hug stamps are in stock on my website for shipping to UK addresses, so you can get them. It's an American company, just a family-run company, but I am the only permanent stockist of Fairy Hugs in the UK. Occasionally you'll find the stamps on Create and Craft, but not all the time. But I have them all of the time. If there's anything that does go out of stock, just click on the email when available button, and as soon as I have it back again, you'll get notified with an email. There are other stockists that will ship in Europe and from the US as well, and Australia, but obviously I just do UK. So we're going to have that up there like so. We can stamp some other trees as well. Think about where I'm putting stuff. So we want the mini arched tree as well. So this one is going to come down here. Now I do have a bit of an indentation here from where I've cut my holy bits out. You just need to pay a little bit more attention when you're actually stamping in that area there. But this one is going to come down here like so. And we could have it right the way down there, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to, or shall I? Think about what else I'm going to have there. I do want to bring in, I'm going to have this here. Yeah, so I'm going to have the little pumpkin house. So I think I am going to put that tree up there on that part of the hill instead. I'll need to pay a little bit of attention just where I overhang it there, I think. It might not all go completely to plan, but that's part of the fun of it, isn't it? And then down here we're going to have the mini oak tree. In fact, let's have this one. I don't want them in a line. Let's have them so that they're offset slightly. But I am going to bring Gumba in there. This is where the plan goes completely off-piste. Let's just check that Gumba's going to fit. Because Gumba wants to go in there. So I think what we'll do is we'll put that tree up there like that, so Gumba can sit underneath, and we'll have that right on top of the hill there, so it's not directly below it. Okay, I think that's enough to stamp all in one go at the beginning. We could do the let's do that actually. Let's do a fourth. Let's do the little pumpkin house as well, because that's nowhere near the other one. So the little pumpkin house is just going to go about there, like so. I don't want it to be floating over where I put the hill. That's going to go there. Right. Let's have another magnet there. And we'll put one in the middle there. Right, let's do some stamping. So I think what we'll do is, let's see, what did I do there? Let's stamp it all in black. Stamps everywhere. This is definitely a grab a cup of tea kind of video because there's quite a lot of stamping going on. But I just thought it would be nice to actually put this kind of scene onto a video, because each area could be an individual card. I mean, I'm lucky enough obviously to have them all the stamps, so I think it's nice to use them all if you've got them all, because it shows how well they work together. But if you haven't, you can just take a particular area and use that on a card or a journal page or a tag, whatever you want really. They do make great tags, you know, for bookmarks, and if you're doing craft fairs, because I know that the craft fairs are starting up again in earnest this year. So as long as you hand make something, then you can sell to your heart's content. I mean, don't stamp out the images and just sell the stamped images. Actually make a finished project. And we do love to see your finished projects. There is a Facebook group which is called Fairy Hugs Store. Oh, I've missed quite a bit there. And so do join that and have a look there for inspiration, because there's lots of inspiration on there. I think we're pretty good. I am going to go a little bit more just with the in fact, let's just do a little bit more with all of them, just so that they all are quite dark, because this is the first stamping for a while. Yeah, join the Facebook group Fairy Hugs Store, because there's loads of inspiration. We've got quite a few design team members now. So there's design team members that make projects for TV shows, for the Create Craft shows, but there's also a social media design team as well. So you'll get to see lots and lots of examples, and do share your projects to those groups, to that group, because we love to see what you make with it, rather than just showing you what our ideas are. It'd be really lovely to see yours too. That's a bit darker, that's better. Happy with that. So let's fetch all these stamps off. And you will find that, you know, if you're a little bit scared of your scene building to begin with, you will find that you will grow in confidence, and you will be able to do it. It's not that difficult once you start. I do tend to like to put my stamps back on the acetate. I'll sort the packaging out. I do write on the packaging the number and what it is as well, because I'm forever losing my packaging, and I keep them in number order as well. I've got 3 boxes, because there's 3 main sizes of stamps that you get, or packaging that you get from Fairy Hugs, and then there's the odd ones, which are weird, you know, bigger shapes, like the Spooky Moons is in a bigger package. So yeah, so it's just easier to find them that way. Right, okay, so those are they. So what else are we going to do? Now we're going to bring in the mask here on the pumpkin house. So I'm going to move this along a bit, because I'm going to go off the page a little bit. Let's find my pumpkin house. It's here somewhere. There it is. So I keep all my masks in a little bag all together, so I don't lose them. And we're going to mask because we're going to bring in something behind it, but I don't want to ruin this particular image. So when this is a woodwear masket sheet, and I do have that available on my website as well. And when you cut out, just cut a fraction inside the line so that when you put your mask on, and again, I'm moving this one over a little bit so that I definitely don't get a gap between where I stamp here. So we're going to bring in here, let's bring Gumba, the ruffled mushrooms. So you could have a tree in the background, but I've got 3 trees on already, so I thought it'd be nice because I haven't used the mushrooms very much, and I think the mushrooms work very well with Pixie, Dixie and Trixie, who are 3 mischievous little fairies that we have at Fairy Hugs. I will try and do something with them at some point. Now I do have all my holes going on here, and when I put my reinforcers on there, I'm not going to see much of this, but it's there. I know they're there. So you decide exactly where you want it to be. So that's going to go there. I am going to bring in a little bit of the stone walkway, the mini stone path, and that's going to come down here. Where's my path? There's my path there. I can't see it. So that's going to go about there like that. So that's coming out of our little pumpkin house. So that's there. We can let's not do too much down here just at the minute. So let's take one of our fairies. So we've got Sadie here. And in the mini world, a lot of the fairies are a bit smaller so that they fit with the layout. So she's going to come in here, and then we're going to bring in one of the cats. So we've got mini cats. We've got 4 mini cats in a set. So she's going to be talking to the cat. I don't know what she's saying to the cat, but she's saying something to the cat. Come here. Come here for a little stroke. I want to stroke you. She's saying that. Stay. Right. So mini cat. Let's just do those 4 for now. Pull that up without moving it. And again, we're going with the Nocturne VersaFine Clair. Do make sure that you've got a nice juicy ink pad. So we do like the VersaFine Clairs. Regular VersaFine Onyx Black would be fab as well. The thing about VersaFine Clairs is there's loads and loads of different colours. You will find on my website I've got the small square VersaFines. There's quite a few colours of those. And I do have all the colours of VersaFine Clair in stock as well. So let's get our pathway and our ruffled mushrooms and Sadie and the little pussycat. Let them pull up so we don't move it. That looks pretty good. That's good. The pussycat's good. We're all good. I have re-inked my ink pad, so that's definitely has helped. So if we pull away this mask now, so you can see we've got our pumpkin house and we've got the ruffled mushrooms behind it. The chimney's in that one there. So obviously I'm going to colour these in aside from this video, and I'll show you at the end of the video what they look like all coloured in. So where did I don't know where the carrier sheet was, I'll find that afterwards. So just give these a little bit of a wipe so that I don't get too mucky. Put Sadie back. So the fairies have all got little dresses on, and so you can colour in the bits of the dress if you want to. You can see their hairline, you can so you could you can colour them in. You can add your Sakura gel pens to them, a little bit of glitter, you know, so you can do lots with the fairies. And some of the, I mean, the pumpkin house looks fab coloured in. Let's grab that one. So if I don't do this, we'll be in a right mess. And then let's stamp. We can move over to. In fact, let's not move over just yet. Let's stamp what we want up here as well. So up here we're going to have one of the foxes and one of the mini hares. So they could be rabbits or hares, whatever you want them to be. So they're under the tree here. Oh, come on off my finger. These are clear photopolymer stamps. They're not acrylic stamps. They're very good quality. Gumba is, let's bring Gumba down here. In fact, he's not going off the page, is he? So we'll move that back over. So it's in the corner. You can see I'm using the papers here in the background for the press to impress, which means that I don't get ink on my rubber mat that's underneath. Not rubber mat, what's it called? Felt mat. So Gumba's going to come in here. He's right under the tree. He's a really cute little dragon. And we're going to bring in one of the foxes. So let's have this one here. So you've got, there's mini, they're called badgers, but I call them mini beavers. You've got owls, you've got bears, you've got lots of different small animals in the collection. Okay, that's that. Let's just do those 3 for now. See, it's coming together. Gumba. And the characters are named by the children of the owner of the company, or the owners of the company. So it's, like I say, it's a family run business, and the 3 children name the characters. The individual foxes and hares and things in the groups, they don't have names, but of course you can name them. But where you've got like a single, like Sadie and Gumba, and there's Ovrad, and there's another dragon, they're all named after by the children, which I think is really fabulous. Now you can see there, because this is a silhouette stamp, that is on the line a bit. In fact, those were a little bit as well, but that doesn't matter too much. We put a bit more ink on Gumba as well. The way to get around that is of course to make your scene first and then die cut it. Just make sure your ink is actually dry. I find it easier to do it this way because I know exactly where I'm working. You can get from Studio Light, you can get full page dies for your journals as well, so you could just draw around the outside of the die, and then you know what area you're working in. Still got that there. So what we can do here instead is go for a Pigma Micron pen to just fill in that black area there. And you'd hardly know. Okie dokie, I think we're good with the others. So that's our mini foxes, mini hare and Gumba. It's a fabulous name, Gumba. He's so cute. So that's that. And let's put my fox back. I love the fact that you get with the animals, you've got several, like you've got 4 foxes, you've got 6 hares in the set here, and they're in different poses. You've got rights and lefts, you know, so there's lots to go on with. So down here, I thought we'd have Gumba perhaps playing with a mini caterpillar. So we can have a little caterpillar coming up to see him there. And of course, Gumba's thinking, really, what, you know, what are you come to tell me? What on earth can a dragon do for a caterpillar? And then I think that the hare and the fox are playing with a mini firefly. It's just perhaps coming in down. It could be that way or that way. Let's have it going that way. There we go. And then of course you can add a little bit of yellow around it if you want to make it, because obviously they normally have a yellow glow, don't they? Sorry about the noise outside, somebody's got a very loud exhaust. And then we can perhaps bring in, well, we've got a choice up here. We can either bring what we've got, Flying Maudibella, who is one of the fairies here, and she's what I used originally on my original one, flying in here. Or we could bring in Ovrad, who's a very friendly flying dragon. So I think we're bringing Ovrad because we've got Maudibella on the other one, just as a point of difference, really. So we're bringing Ovrad up here, corner, like so. And what else do we want to have in here? Oh, we're going to bring in some fairies, and yeah, I think we just do those for now. So we're getting to the point where we're filling up quite nicely. Caterpillar saying hello to Gumba, Firefly and Ovrad. Okay, they look, I'm just going to give a little bit more, I think. Ovrad's a little bit light. Sometimes when you've done you know, stamped something twice so it's nice and dark, it looks a little bit odd when the others aren't as dark, so sometimes it's good to just do them all again. That's better. Okay, so that's those. So we're just doing more, just finishing touches really now. Remember, all of these are from the Mini World collection. And but that doesn't mean to say that you can't use some of the other Fairy Hug stamps from other collections, because they do play really nicely together. You'll also find that Fairy Hug stamps play nicely with the Tutti Designs dies as well. The Moon Dragon that we had recently is ideal to use with your Fairy Hug stamps. Unfortunately, I'm out of stock of that one. Right, so that's that. So we're going to bring in just a little sentiment, and this is the wish come true. So it's one of the dinky little sentiments from Fairy Hugs. It says, do you believe in fairies? They hope you do. Make a wish, it might come true. So we can have that. Oh, let's see. Be a good idea to have it up the right way though, wouldn't it? Let's just squeeze it in there, because because I don't want it right at the very top. Let's see if I can get it straight, because it isn't straight at the moment. Okay. And I think we'll bring in some of these tiny mushrooms as well. So these are kind of just finishing touches, like I say. So we could have perhaps some of those underneath that tree there. Hopefully not on the cat's head. Let's just stamp those two. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, that works nicely. And I think we're bringing the little mushrooms down here as well, just by this tree. I have to be careful because it's got ink on it. Just off the page. Okay, I like it when it goes off the page. Right, so that's that. Or we could bring in, is it worth bringing something up there? It's away from the tree though, isn't it? See, I've got this line here. That's bugged me. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. Right, so the final bit of stamping I want to do within the platform is to bring in some fairy dwellers. And these fairy dwellers are lovely little detailed fairies, and although different to the condo dwellers 1 and 2, they've actually got little dresses on, and you can see the hairline as well. I know you can't see it very easily because of how I've put them back in again. So you can kind of pop these around your work, and it's just something different to do. So we could have a fairy, perhaps. We could have her sitting on, I don't want her sitting on there because she's facing the wrong way. But we could perhaps have one coming in down there, just on top of the pumpkin house. It doesn't matter if they don't actually touch, because they're fairies. So they hover. We could perhaps have one on top of the weeping tree up here. I don't want her all wobbly, so let's get her straight. And she's in the moon, sunshine rather. There we go. And I think I want another one. What else have we got? We've got this one that's coming in here, so she could be coming in from, let's have her coming in here. She's coming to land on that tree there. If she lets go of my finger. Get off. There we go. Okay, so I've got 3 coming in. They're just nice little additions. And you know, if you've got a little splodge here or there that you've accidentally got an inky finger, you could hide it with that, or you could use the sparkle dust or flutter dust as well from previous releases. Dinky little stamps. I might add, and I might decide I want to add another one later on. They're cute, aren't they? Sweet. Right, so let's come out of the platform now and just do some finishing touches, because we can. Right, so grabbing a piece of paper so I don't make too much of a mess. I want to add something else up there, I think. So we have 2 sets of foliage. We've got forest flowers in this release, and we've also got woodland florals as well. What we could have done is we could have actually added a little bit of the florals here at the bottom of the tree as well, or down here, but I'm not going to, because it's quite busy as it is. But I am going to frame the top with a little bit of foliage coming in. So my favourite one is this one. We're going to use that one. Look. My blocks are in need of cleaning. They're looking a bit like Leonie's blocks. And we are going to swap to a green. So let's swap to Shady Lane. Ghost Fine Claire. And check that we're going to stamp it all right. Lovely. So I'm just going to go cheat, because it's for speed. I'm just going to go ink pad to, stamp to ink pad. Just adding some foliage around the top. Oh, red's going to be in the way. So we have to work around Ovrad. Okay, so there we've got a bit of foliage coming in at the top. Sometimes it's nice to do the same thing down below as well, just for a bit of kind of continuity. You don't have to do the whole lot. You could bring in just some just here. Just some perhaps the other side of the pathway, just a little bit. So I think I might be done with my stamping. And but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you just for a few minutes, well, half an hour or so, and I'm going to colour them in, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all coloured in. Right, so I'm all coloured in now. I've just added a little bit of colour to the wings and to the pumpkin house and the ruffled mushrooms. Where I had the little gap there, I've just filled it in with a bit of Pigma Micron pen, so you definitely wouldn't notice any difference. I've not added any extra stamping. I'm fairly happy where it is. So I'm just going to add my reinforcers now. So these are from various Studio Light planner die sets. As I do have some on my website. So obviously we are going to lose a little bit of the image, but that's fine. I just think the reinforcers kind of finish the page off, and it means of course it's not going to get damaged when you pop it into your journal. So I've got 2 different shapes here, not sure which sets they come from, and I've got double-sided adhesive on the back. So let's just put that one on there like so. Obviously you want to colour it in before you put these on. If you're not happy with this sort of thing, just do a 5x7 card, because that's roughly the size that this is. I think sometimes in your journal it's just a reference, isn't it? So I might add these slightly differently, so have these with the point up, mix it up a little bit, but we will have the diamond like so, and then the last one here with the point up. There we go. So there we are, there's that journal page finished. I will bring in the other one just to remind you the difference, so you can actually see that, you know, there's lots of different possibilities for scenes. These are the same but different. This one is narrower because I've used the Sentimentally Yours blank journal page in the background, so that's why that one's a little bit narrower, but they will both go into my A5 Studio Light journal. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed that and you've got some ideas on how to use your Fairy Hug stamps. Products are available on juliawattscrafts.co.uk for shipping to UK addresses, or you can find the stamps at fairyhugs.com for shipping worldwide, and I'm sure there's probably a list of stockists available from Fairy Hugs as well. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe and like and comment on a video, that'd be much appreciated, and do check out my other videos on my channel. Thank you. Bye.